We have talked about contingency fees. It's a very tricky word, but it describes the kind of fee agreement that a lot of personal injury attorneys use. But there are other types of what they call fee structures that are out there. One of the biggest ones is called billable hours. I want to tell you a little bit about billable hours and why and how that is different than a contingency fee. I'm going to get to that in a minute, but right now, eyes up here, okay? I feel like Jane Mansfield or Sydney Sweeney. I'm going to explain to you how billable hours work. My sister shared a story with me one time. She called me because she was really excited. She was starting a business, but she was really excited because the attorney that she was working with to help her establish this business, to do all of the foundational documents, said, let's meet for lunch. And that lawyer paid for the lunch. My sister was thrilled. I had a lawyer pay for my lunch. She called me and told me that. I said, Lisa, my guess is that you're going to be getting a bill for the time that you spent at lunch with that attorney. And sure enough, the next month, my sister got an invoice, and on that invoice, the hour and a half they'd spent for lunch. The amount my sister had to pay the lawyer for that lunch far exceeded the actual cost of the meal. That lawyer wasn't pulling a fast one on my sister. I guarantee you that in the engagement letter, or the fee agreement letter that lawyer presented to my sister at the very beginning of the case, explained that any time spent working on the case would be subject to that billable hour. I also guarantee you that my sister didn't read that letter. A lawyer that charges by billable hours typically charges in 6-minute increments. What does that mean? Well, they divide an hour up into 10 slices. Every slice is 6 minutes. That means that for every telephone call, for every email message that they read or respond to, for the research that they do, for all of the time that they've put into your case, they are keeping track on their computer every 6 minutes. Why is that important? Because at the end of the month, they're going to tabulate how many little 6-minute chunks that they worked on your case, and they're going to send you a bill. And they're going to want you to pay the bill. And if you don't pay the bill, they're going to stop working on your case, regardless of what kind of outcome that they are getting for you. A billable hour lawyer could be a corporate lawyer, it could be a real estate lawyer, it could be a transactional lawyer, it could be any number of different attorneys. Another thing that you often see is what's called a retainer agreement. So some lawyers who are billing by the hour won't even begin to work on your case unless you provide them a retainer up front. It could be a small retainer, it could be a large retainer. It depends on the complexity of the case. You oftentimes see this in criminal law and family law. If you are facing a criminal charge or a DUI or an assault charge, even a traffic ticket, and you contact a criminal or a traffic attorney to help you out, that attorney will often say, yes, I can help you out. I charge X amount per hour and I require a retainer. Maybe it's $5,000. So you're going to pay me a check right now for $5,000. What that attorney does, what they're supposed to do, is they take that money and they put it into a special trust account. They're prohibited from taking any money out of that trust account until they have earned it. By that I mean they're going to keep track of the hours that they spend on the case, and it could be done in 6-minute increments, again, just like what I would call a corporate lawyer does. And after they've worked on your case for maybe a week and they've incurred a number of hours, they can draw down from that retainer. They will draw down from that retainer until one of two things happens. Number one, they conclude the matter, they're done working for you. Or number two, there's no more money in that trust account. And at which point they will come back to you and say, look, the case isn't done, I need more money. And in that situation, you're going to have to write another check to fill up the coffers, right? To refill that trust account so that the lawyer can continue to work on your case. It's a way that that lawyer knows there is money there to pay them. So for purposes of this exercise, what you see below, I'm assuming is a $500 an hour lawyer, right? All this time that I have been talking, that has been tracking the number of minutes I have been spending here. And that's why in a personal injury case, you want a contingency fee lawyer. So you're not stuck with that. Typically in a contingency fee law firm environment, you might have a lawyer, a senior paralegal, you might even have multiple lawyers working on your case. They're not billing you for that time. You're paying at the end. If that attorney gets a recovery for you, they're getting a percentage share of that. That percentage share covers all of the people at that firm who've worked on your case, whether it's one person or 20. It gives access to a lawyer for people who might not otherwise be able to truly pay a lawyer who is billing by the hour. If you got a bill for $3,200 at the end of the month, would it be easy for you to pay that? Especially if you knew you're going to have to pay a similar bill the next month, and then the next month, and then the next month, with no guarantee that that attorney is going to get the result that is fair for you. Listen, one of the reasons I love what I do so much is because I'm able to help people, and I know that if I bring in another very experienced lawyer to work with me on a particular matter, if I want to bounce ideas off of somebody, I'm not then having to go and try to justify that to the client. We are part of a brain trust that is designed to maximize the result for our clients. We're not trying to nickel and dime our clients for every minute that we spend working on their case or thinking about their case. I hope this helps you understand a little bit more about how attorneys are paid. Different attorneys are paid different ways. If you've got any more questions, please let me know in the comments below or send me a direct message. Thanks a lot.